लाइफ हो आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल, होठों को करके गोल, होठों को करके गोल, सीटी पर जाके बोल, मुर्गी क्या जाने अंडे का क्या होगा.
Hello, bro. How are you?
I'm good.
How's life lately?
It's pretty exciting since it's summer. I don't have school. I've just been building, experimenting.
What does a normal day in Faiz Khan's life actually look like?
Okay, so I normally wake up at 9. I get up, start my day by going on LinkedIn, checking all my DMs, replies, and then I normally end up coding for a good 3 to 4 hours after that. And then I like to also go outside, hang out with my friends, try to keep a balance on things. But yeah, that's kind of it.
So, someone met you outside LinkedIn. What would they get surprised about?
That I'm a little bit more athletic than I might seem on my LinkedIn posts. I normally just talk about me, building or staying in my home, but I do also play sports, so that might be surprising. I play basketball.
Alright, so you hate CSS publicly.
Yeah,
I
I
need the
hate
lore.
it.
I need the lore behind it.
Okay, so I actually learned CSS and HTML as my second coding language, and CSS was just painful, bro. It's so many classes to memorize, and I don't know, I just can't make something that looks good. It's so time consuming as well. I don't like it.
And history, did it offend you personally?
Yeah, history is by far my least favorite subject. Um, I don't know, it's just super boring. Who really cares about
What
all of
already
that?
happened?
Yeah, exactly.
So, who is Faiz Khan?
For sure. My name is Faiz Khan. I'm 16 years old. I live in Georgia, and I am still in high school. I like coding, building communities. I'm really into startups. I have built a startup before. It didn't end up going too well, but now I'm building another one, and let's see where that goes.
So now I know what Fez is doing like today, but every builder has an origin story.
Yep.
So when did technology actually stop being cool and become an obsession?
Okay, that's actually a good question. So I was always into technology, like since middle school. I took obviously computer science classes, and it seemed pretty interesting. But the point where it really became an obsession for me was probably when I got LinkedIn. I hopped on LinkedIn and saw what like a bunch of people were doing, especially at such young ages, and that really drove me to put myself into the startup world and all the other cool technology advancements. So that's probably when I started going like all in on tech.
What was the first thing you ever built?
Well, besides print hello world, I think my first big project was probably Lock-in. It was just my first vision for Lock-in was to be like the second LinkedIn because I saw how big Gen Z was on LinkedIn, but that didn't work out. So I turned it into a validation platform where people can validate their ideas, and that did pretty well, but it didn't end up working in the long run.
Do you remember the first time you thought, yo, I can actually build startups?
Yeah, actually, the first time was I built like a small scale project just for me and my friends. It was like a teacher rating website. So it was specifically for our school. You could just go onto the website, click your subject and the teacher who taught it, and then you could rate them based on like multiple categories. And a lot of my friends used it and they liked it, so that really like inspired me to keep building because I saw that people would actually use products and how life-changing it could be.
Were your friends building something, or were you the only one?
Yeah, so one other friend of mine was really building, and honestly, he might have been an inspiration for me as well. He got me into hackathons. So I had been attending hackathons before as well, but he was hosting them. And honestly, I thought that was like impossible. Like you needed a huge team, but he recruited me to help him host hackathons. and we ended up hosting like a bunch of events, and that really, also inspired me.
And WaveHack, how did that happen?
Yeah, WaveHack was with my friend. Once again, he got me into hosting hackathons. In Georgia, there aren't really a lot of hackathons that happen. It's only like a couple of months apart. It's not like one every month or something like that, like other places. So that also led me to, host my own hackathons since the market was like wide open.
But today, the thing you are known for probably most for is GABA.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, for someone hearing about it for the first time, what is GABA?
Yeah, for sure. So GABA is the Georgia Builder Association. It's for any ambitious person who is building or, just learning new things to come together in one community and learn from each other, network with each other, and, build opportunities. So if you know Locked In, which I'm pretty sure you probably do, it's really big. We're trying to replicate that specifically for Georgia though, so we can host more in-person events and like actually get together.
What was the mission behind it?
Connecting, networking, that was something that I personally faced with again. My environment that I'm in, there's not a lot of people that are super ambitious. Most people just care about, colleges, doing their school assignments, GPA, whatever. But there's not a lot of people who really want to do the extraordinary.
How does someone becomes a member of GABA?
Yeah, you can just apply on the website, and then our admission team goes through it and accepts
Alright,
the
I'll put
most
this in the description.
Yeah, for sure.
To be honest, what was the most chaotic thing that happened inside the community?
In the community? Okay. The most chaotic and funny thing that happened was I sent a rejection letter to one person, and he did the meme where he replied back and said, I'm rejecting your rejection letter. So that was pretty funny.
Alright, so if I join GABA today, what will be
Yeah.
my first week looking like?
Yeah, so we already have 20 plus members inside GABA, the Discord server. So your first week will definitely be getting to know everyone. We also have a few events planned for July. We have a hackathon coming up, so you could attend that. And we also have internship opportunities. So if you really wanted to apply, you could also do that.
Alright, so before we started, you mentioned something you're building but haven't revealed yet.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so are you gonna say what's that?
Sure, why not? So yeah, Muse is an AI teammate for you to use anywhere. So essentially, where the idea really started was every time that I go outside, I feel that I'm wasting valuable time that I could be building or doing something else. Or maybe, I forgot to deploy the code or whatever. I'm outside and I can't do that anymore because I don't have my laptop. So that's the exact moment that sparked Muse. So Muse is an agent on your phone that connects with your laptop. So you can be anywhere outside and you can literally ask Muse on your phone to do something like redeploy the code, and it'll connect with your laptop and do it for you, or, a lot of other things.
That's literally crazy.
Yeah. That really sparked some passion in me, and it was an idea that I personally lived through. So I think this one is gonna be pretty cool.
Alright, so when did the idea hit you?
Yeah. So the pain was going on for a while since I couldn't do anything when I was outside. But the main turning point for me was when I was outside, and once again I had another project just for me and my friends. It wasn't really supposed to be anything big, but that project got hacked by one of my friends. I didn't really put too much security into it, but either way it got hacked, and I was outside and I literally couldn't do anything about it. The hack was really simple. I just forgot to enable RLS on the database. So that could have been easily fixed, but I couldn't because I didn't have my laptop. So, if only I could have just set a command to something on my phone and it would have enabled it for me.
Yeah, but Claude is doing the same thing, right?
Yeah, Claude is doing a similar thing for just building. So it's called Dispatch, I think.
Cowork.
You can...
Cowork, I think.
Oh,
Claude
okay.
Cowork.
I think Claude Cowork is for it controlling your screen. I think
Uh-huh.
dispatch is the thing you use your phone with.
Oh.
I think that's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah. Anyway, Claude is mainly for just building things, so you can like prompt Claude from your phone. But my idea is a little bit more crazy. It's not only for building; it's for basically anyone.
Controlling.
So yeah, exactly. So it's for a wide variety of tasks. So if you forgot to do your homework assignment per se, you can like just prompt it from outside and it'll do it for you.
This is actually crazy.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, what has been the toughest part building this?
Well, I've only been building for a few days now, but the hardest part is probably
Marketing.
yeah. I haven't started marketing too much yet, just because I haven't revealed the idea until now. But yeah, marketing is obviously a little bit hard, but the main technical thing that I think I'm running into are integrations, since everything you need integrations for. The setup process is a little bit difficult, but yeah, I'm working through it.
One feature you are the most excited about.
Okay, yeah, I think I mentioned it. When
Mm.
you're outside and you get to do your homework,
Uh,
it doing you, I think that's pretty exciting.
mm. Has building ever felt lonely?
Uh, yeah, it has. Um, so once again, my friend group is not the most ambitious, so I've actually tried, like even for lock-in, like hiring them and giving them roles so I could work with them. So it would make it more fun for me at least. But that ended up not doing anything and was honestly counterproductive. They ended up doing nothing and I had to cover for them and it just ended up being a whole mess. So honestly, just finding the right people, sometimes you just have to work alone.
Yeah. What do you think is your relationship with failure?
Honestly, I think I have a pretty good relationship with failure. My startup kind of failed. Yeah, that was kind of my main project, but it's honestly okay to fail. I would say the first few products that you put out there will most likely fail, and
Mm.
it's honestly what you do after you fail, like what you learn from it and what you decide to change. So I've learned a lot from Lock-In. That was my first startup, and I think I have a good amount of knowledge for this second one.
How do you come over distractions? How do you face them?
Oh, yeah, I think I get distracted very easily because I'm always on my laptop. I can't even like reading LinkedIn posts. Sometimes I like
Yeah.
kind of skim through them because I
I
can't
just
read the
read the
whole thing.
hook and the CTA directly.
Yeah, that's what I do sometimes. Yeah, distractions. I mean, the main way to overcome it really is how much passion you have for what you're doing. If you don't want to do something, you most likely aren't gonna do it. Like, there's really nothing to block it. Yeah.
What is success for you?
Okay, success for me would probably be building something that changes lives. That's probably my version of success. Something that I created personally that is helping others in their lives and they're actually using it like on a day-to-day basis.
What is something you wish every student founder knew?
Well, I think networking is probably the best thing you can do. So if I were restarting or if anyone else who's starting as a student or high school founder, I would definitely tell them to network. That's like your number one way to success. You'll get so many cool opportunities and meet some awesome people that you definitely wouldn't have met if you just stayed quiet.
All right, the most crazy thing you once believed.
The most crazy thing I once believed, probably when I first started LinkedIn, it was probably like posting is the most important thing. I think I believed that for a good while, but posting is definitely a byproduct. You want to do stuff that is like cool otherwise, and then you want to post about that instead of just posting to post. You don't just post about random things.
Yeah, I believe that if I go and pitch my idea, people are gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes, I don't know, people just don't like watching ads or something. So they don't appreciate launch posts, even though you put so much effort behind them.
All right, so obsession or talent?
Okay, me personally, obsession, like all the way through. Talent, it'll only get you so far, but if you aren't obsessed with what you're doing, you're not gonna go anywhere. the why behind what you're doing is so important. Like just look at Elon Musk. He's like the prime example. That man was working harder as a billionaire than he was, than most other billionaires or millionaires.
You're a billionaire now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, what legacy do you want to leave behind you?
I think the legacy of helping others, I think that's probably the best thing I could leave behind. Because most of everything that I'm doing right now is to help others. Like even the communities I'm building, the startup is somewhat helping others. I think that would be the best thing to leave behind because, you only live so long. So it's better if you help others than, be completely selfish the whole time.
So, one startup trend that's overrated.
Well, I don't know if this is like a startup trend per se, but all those people who make a landing page that's vibe coded and then put founder and CEO in their LinkedIn title, that's super annoying. It's definitely overrated.
Yeah, we just sense AI. Even
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know coding, I just try to make it authentic as much as I can because I'm not a
Yeah,
technical person. But I try my
yeah.
best
I mean,
not to have that greenish gradient plus check boxes in the background and a floating
yeah.
curved button and that M
Yeah,
dashes.
exactly. The M dash descriptions. But there's nothing wrong with vibe coding. It just if you put no effort into it, it's super stupid.
So, CSS or history, one has to disappear forever. Which one?
History, 100%. No question about it.
Alright. One anime character you would build a starter with.
All right, hear me out.
Hmm?
Probably Gojo. Okay, not because of the reasons you think. He's definitely probably not the smartest person, but the marketing with Gojo, that would be crazy.
Bro, as a co-founder.
I mean, yeah, I would have him as a co-founder. Why not?
So, I don't watch anime, so explain me why Gojo. Who is Gojo exactly?
Okay. Yeah, so Gojo is like a guy from JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen. He
Hmm.
is like an aura farmer basically. He just goes around aura farming and yeah, he's pretty cool. He would be an awesome marketer. Like if he made a video, like everyone would watch it. That's the type of person he is.
Hmm. Do you think Diet Coke and San Francisco is a crucial step for me to build a company?
Wait, did you say Diet Coke in San
Yes.
Francisco?
Yes, Diet Coke and
Okay.
San Francisco.
Okay. Weird combination, but
You
I
don't see
think
that people having that cans of Coke
oh yeah,
as
yeah.
a founder aesthetic.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, if you're starting out, probably not. But eventually, I think, yeah, San Francisco is definitely the best place to be for startup founders.
And Diet Coke?
Yeah, Diet Coke is definitely a necessity. You need it to survive.
Alright, the worst programming language ever, according to you.
The worst, um, okay, so the most painful is CSS. I don't think that's the worst though. Probably maybe HTML. Obviously it's useful, right? But it's not even a coding language. Like, I don't know why people call it that. It's literally just a bunch of tags. That's probably my take.
Right, so before we wrap this up, if 12-year-old Faiz watched this episode, what would he think?
He would be shocked, I think. Because 12-year-old me was doing absolutely nothing. I was like just playing with my friends. I've come a pretty long way, I would say, from basically doing nothing to building startup, being on podcasts, of course. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I think 12-year-old me would be really proud.
Is this something success or the grind for it already costed you?
Mm, Probably time, 100%. I spend a lot of time just doing this, where I could probably be doing something else, but I choose to build. And then maybe like, time with family or friends. I think I kind of prioritize building a little bit over them. Like if my friends call me out, I might like tell them to wait 30 minutes so I can wrap something up. Yeah, I think that was probably my biggest trade-off.
If everything disappeared tomorrow, who is Faiz?
Okay. If everything disappeared tomorrow, I think I would be the person who builds things for others. So if everything disappeared, I would probably go right back to building communities and like, startups that help people.
What do you hope people remember you for?
Um, okay. What do I think people remember me for? Probably, I hope they remember me for my startups. So obviously, if my startup goes big, then I would love for that to be what they remember me by. But obviously, like helping people, the communities, if I can help lives or maybe help someone start their own startup, that would be awesome as well.
And with that, it's time for Pay It Forward.
Okay, what is that?
At the end of every episode, every guest leaves a challenge, a sort of task for the next guest, and the last one's challenge for you was share your most embarrassing story within the next
Yeah.
48 hours.
Oh, okay, all right. The most embarrassing moment for me? What was the most embarrassing moment? Like maybe probably just when my app got hacked because the person who hacked it was like a senior in high school and like they were like flaming me so hard for vibe coding something like fully and like I was low-key kind of embarrassed that they because I thought they viewed me as someone like actually competent, but after that I feel like my reputation kind of got cooked.
Yeah. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, so the next challenge should probably be to share an embarrassing photo that you have to everyone.
All right. Thank you, Faiz Khan, for doing this. We're really
Yeah,
glad
thank
you
you
were
so
part
much for
for
having
it.
me.
Yeah, we'll definitely do one when one of your startups got huge, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, bro.
All right. So, see ya, bro.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, see you. Thank you so much for having me on.
No worries.